So I knew I needed to write an album, and I knew that to write an album, you need to know what you want to write about, which was a struggle in itself. I also found out that I struggle writing at home when there's distractions.
Like Netflix.
And I'm too Netflix, pubs, and I was in a fortunate position where I could go for a month. So instead of getting myself a hotel or an apartment, what I did was I found a stranger on the internet that was renting their spare room. And I got there and my host was this woman, Tamara. Like, her and her mates were all musicians and artists and designers and journalists and creative types. And they kind of used her place as a HQ. It just turned out to be one of the most amazing experiences of my life. I absolutely loved it. They would work, during the day. And so I would just walk around the city by myself. So I was like, I think I should call the album Staying at Tamara's. But I didn't want to tell her. Like, I didn't want to scare her. Like, I've got this stranger staying in my flat and now he's telling me in English that he wants to name an album after his experience in my flat. So I waited till I got home. But she didn't know who I was.
I was going to say, did she know you were an established artist at that stage?
No. And there was one night where me and her were just sat up having some red wine and playing records together. And she said, "Oh, you've got a guitar. Do you play?" And I was like, "Oh, play. I mean, that's a funny word, isn't it?" So I was like, "Oh, a bit. I have fun." And then she said, we had Spotify open at the time. She said, "Oh, are you on Spotify?" I was like, oh, maybe. I'm not sure.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I was really quite awkward about the whole thing. And she said, "What's your name?" I said, "George Ezra." And, it was a bit like, "Oh, how do you spell that?" It was all a bit of a carry-on. And I was like, oh. And then she opened up the page and this Budapest has had like 300 million plays. And she looked at me like, "What?"
This is amazing, by the way, this story.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it is a real... But you have to... I really strongly believe that you have to do stuff that could potentially go wrong for good stuff to happen.